This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Jason Diffendahl of WWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to make sure you never miss the latest from Disney theme parks around the world. Here now is the news for October 22nd, 2025. Walt Disney World confirmed today that Minnie's wonderful Christmastime fireworks will be presented for all Magic Kingdom guests on select dates. As is the holiday tradition, the schedule gets a shakeup following the final Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party of the year on December 21st. The schedule looks like this. On December 20th is the final showing of Happily Ever After before the holiday season. Then on December 21st is the last Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party of the season, with Minnie's wonderful Christmastime fireworks presented at 10 p.m. for party guests only. The next day, December 22nd and onward, Minnie's wonderful Christmastime fireworks will replace Happily Ever After and will be shown nightly at 8:30 p.m. for all park guests. Walt Disney World has not confirmed when Happily Ever After will resume after the holidays. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, you might want to hurry, as 7 dates have already sold out for this year's Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, including that final party date of December 21st. Disney has announced the dates and details of the 2026 EPCOT International Festival of the Arts. One of my favorite festivals, by the way. The EPCOT International Festival of the Arts will return for 39 days from January 16th until February 23rd, 2026, and will have over 20 food studios. The full list and menus will be announced later. As part of the festival, the Disney on Broadway concert series returns, bringing Broadway performers to the America Gardens Theater. And returning is Figment's Brush with the Masters, a scavenger hunt through World Showcase. Guests will be able to purchase a map and stickers at Creation Shop, Disney Traders, or World Traveler, and then search for Figment-themed artwork in each pavilion around World Showcase. Other returning offerings for the festival include Animation Academy, the Expression section, a paint-by-number mural, the Artful Photo Ops, and of course, exclusive festival merchandise. Plus, there will be, quote, exciting activities related to the Disney Lorcana trading card game. This week's Pin Tuesday release at Walt Disney World includes the following pins: Inkwells of Evil Jafar at $22.99, Charming Carousels, the Enchanted Tiki Room at $22.99, a Halloween Monsters Inc. pin at $19.99. The second release in the A to Z series, this one is Baymax and Yzma for $34.99. Chicken Little and Kirby for $22.99. Chicken Little and Abby Maillard for $19.99. The original Figment animatronic has returned to Journey into Imagination after being temporarily replaced with a limited movement figure at the end of last week. This animatronic is the second one in the attraction, located on a platform next to the entrance to the Touch and Taste Labs. The replacement that showed up last week looked very different, but now guests can experience the permanent Figment animatronic, which is back once again. Soarin' Across America was the big announcement of this week, and it debuts next summer at Walt Disney World and Disneyland. Imagineers have shared a behind-the-scenes look at what they are accomplishing. For a limited time in summer 2026, Soarin' Across America will take guests on an all-new airborne adventure across the United States. Tom Fitzgerald, Portfolio Executive Creative Director and Chief Storytelling Executive of Walt Disney Imagineering, says, quote, a trip across the United States felt like a natural next flight for Soarin' to take, and the 250th anniversary of our nation provided the perfect opportunity to, quote, book the flight, haha. Walt Disney Imagineering has been hard at work capturing new footage of iconic cityscapes and natural beauty across the country. The team is using satellite mapping and aerial path modeling as filming is now underway. They also used a variety of helicopter rigs, camera lenses, and heavy lift drones to reflect the diverse landscapes of our nation. Our goal was to offer guests a sampling of America's beauty and urban wonders, with the hope that it would paint an emotional portrait for the nation's semi-quincentennial celebration. Executive Creative Media Producer Bernice Howes explains what this will achieve. Contrasting shots of scenic wonders, cities, and coasts are tied together through smooth transitions that show the geographical whole of the nation. Locations, landmarks, and cityscape details have not yet been revealed. Pablo Hector Gama is celebrating 35 years with Mariachi Cobre, the fan-favorite band that performs exuberant mariachi music at EPCOT's Mexico Pavilion. Pablo was born in Mexico City and began playing music in 1962. By 1965, he was performing music, but it was not until 1990 when he joined Mariachi Cobre. Along with playing the violin, he enjoys praying, building model cars, collecting watches, bodybuilding, and listening to different violinists. I do all those things too. Not only did he recently celebrate a birthday, but now he's celebrating 35 years with Mariachi Cobre. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest Vacations and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head over to wwnt.travel and their team will design your next magical vacation, including Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, Adventures by Disney, Aulani, whatever you want, they can do it. And the best part, their concierge services are 100% free. So book today. The new Toy Story Land snack kiosk at Disney's Hollywood Studios is now visible behind construction walls, revealing a popcorn theme. The stand represents a traditional red and white striped popcorn box with the word popcorn written across the front and, quote, and snacks appearing to be handwritten next to the word popcorn. There are some windows in the front of the larger-than-life box for ordering and pickup. There was previously a Toy Story Land sign in this space, and Disney filed a permit for installation of the snack kiosk earlier this month. Foundational work was then soon visible from the air, and this new kiosk comes after Disney added shades to the Woody's Lunchbox seating area, which was far overdue. Walt Disney World shared a preview of the new Zootopia, Better Zoogether merchandise coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom alongside the show's opening next month. The new merchandise will be available in Discovery Trading Company starting on November 7th, the opening day of the attraction. The show replaces It's Tough to Be a Bug, which closed earlier this year in the Tree of Life Theater. Merchandise includes apparel, a loungefly, a water bottle, and of course pins. A purple tie-dye shirt and the loungefly mini backpack are inspired by one of the attraction posters. Judy, Nick, and Clawhauser are all pictured wearing their Carrot Vision 3D glasses. The loungefly glows in the dark. A pink t-shirt depicts Gazelle singing her musical finale, surrounded by shiny text and designs. An adult crew neck, a youth ball cap, and water bottle featuring the artwork of Flash the Sloth. That same Flash artwork is available on a pin, and there will be a mystery pin set and a pass holder exclusive Gazelle pin. Zootopia, Better Zoogether, in case you haven't been following along, is a 9-minute 3D show split into 3 acts plus Gazelle's finale. During the show, characters from Zootopia and Zootopia 2 join guests for a live celebration of Zoogether Day, hosted by Heidi Howler. Clawhauser will appear as an animatronic, and a Nick and Judy meet and greet will open at Discovery Island on the same day, November 7th. Zootopia 2 will be in theaters a few weeks later on November 26th. In conjunction with the new Zootopia attraction, the former Doug and Russell meet and greet has closed to become a Nick and Judy meet and greet. Construction walls are up where Doug and Russell and at one time Carl Fredricksen from Up used to meet. This meet and greet space will be transformed into the Zoogether Day gathering spot, where Nick Wilde and Judy Hopps will meet in their Zootopia 2 outfits. Of course, it makes sense for Nick and Judy to meet in this spot instead of Doug and Russell, since it's right next to the entrance to the Tree of Life Theater where the new attraction will be. There's no longer scaffolding around the Zootopia Better Zoogether entrance sign, but it's still covered by green scrims. Through the scrims, it's possible to see a large Z on the sign. It's mounted on a faux tree with branches to the sides, probably holding the wait time and lightning lane signs. And a sign on top of the meet and greet roof has been covered in black scrim. Doug and Russell are now meeting guests on the Discovery Island trails, which is on the opposite side of the Tree of Life from where they used to be. Guests can find the exact location and meet and greet times in the My Disney Experience app. A brand new structure has appeared in the queue around the Tree of Life. This wooden framework went up fast as there was no sign a structure was being constructed here as of just a few days ago. We think this is a new shade for part of the outdoor queue. Several crew members were working on the structure Tuesday morning. Right now it's just a framework, but roofing or canopies could be installed later. This framework runs right up to the tree, with some posts going under the roots where guests enter the theater. Disney unveiled another exclusive Brooks shoe design that will be available during the Disney Wine and Dine Half Marathon weekend coming up this weekend. The Ghost Max 3 Run Disney W&D is $170. This new and exclusive Ghost Max 3 shoe joins the Glycerin 22 Stitch shoes that were previously released. These are limited edition with a silver upper, Merlot colored midsole, blue Mickey patterned laces, and a shiny Spaceship Earth emblem on the heel, which is why I'm going to buy these. The Glycerin 22 Stitch for $175 is all different shades of blue inspired by Experiment 626. Stitch's signature and face are both featured on the shoes. The following shoes are returning: the Adrenaline GTS 24 Core Run Disney at $150, the Ghost Max 2 Run Disney Mickey Mouse for $160, the Ghost Max 2 Run Disney Minnie Mouse for $160. These will be available tomorrow, Thursday, October 23rd, during the first day of the Run Disney Health and Fitness Expo at the ESPN Wide World of Sports. There will be a limit on quantities per person on the first day of the expo, 1 pair each of the 5 different designs per adult purchaser. The latest aerial photos of Disney Lakeshore Lodge under construction at Walt Disney World on the remains of River Country seem to confirm the new Disney Vacation Club resort will have a lazy river. Our favorite aerial photographer BioReconstruct shared these photos on X. The resort sits next to Fort Wilderness across the water from the abandoned Discovery Island. Between the 2 rings of Disney Lakeshore Lodge, crews are working on the foundation of a pool and what is almost certainly a lazy river around it. It was previously rumored that Disney Lakeshore Lodge would have an extensive pool area that included a lazy river and a splash pad, as well as the feature pool and a leisure pool. The lazy river at the feature pool would only be the second at a Walt Disney World Resort hotel. The first, of course, is Stormalong Bay at Disney's Yacht and Beach Club resorts. The lazy river here is nearly complete oval of concrete with yellow plastic sheeting over a section of it, and it's next to the concrete pool foundation. The lazy river is directly behind the resort's entrance, the red framework visible at the bottom of the photo. A building separate from the hotel wings is under construction between the lazy river and the lake's shore. This could be a restaurant or a pool bar, I don't know. The other side of a wing from the pool and river, a dock is under construction in the lake. A crane sits on float masters in the water at the end of the dock, which is currently just supports above the water. In the photo, you can also see some of the resort's A-frame cabins in the trees to the right. More A-frame cabins are on the left side of the resort. These A-frame cabins originate from the concept art for Reflections, a Disney lakeside lodge, which was the precursor to Disney Lakeshore Lodge. Though Disney hasn't released official concept art for Disney Lakeshore Lodge, so far construction indicates it is following the Reflections plan. Disney Lakeshore Lodge will have a nature theme, as would make sense for its location, and is scheduled to open in 2027. Stay tuned as we update you on the construction over the next 2 years. Magic Key Passes at Disneyland frequently sell out for new purchases. Current key holders may renew, but now the Enchanted Key Annual Pass is no longer available to purchase, after going back on sale in August. However, they are still available for renewal for those who currently have the Enchant Key. The Imagine Key Annual Pass is still currently available while supplies last, which I don't know what that means because we don't know what the supplies are. Inspire and Believe keys go back on sale on Tuesday, November 4th, after being stopped in July. The online queue for those opens at 8:45 a.m. Pacific Time, and the passes go on sale at 9 a.m. Pacific Time. Though it did not deter people, Disneyland increased the prices of the Inspire and Believe keys. The Inspire is up $150 and is now at $1,899. The Believe key is up $100, now at $1,474. The Enchant key is at $974, and the Imagine key is at $599. The cheaper two keys did not increase in price. Snow is almost done falling on Sleeping Beauty Castle at Disneyland, and icicles have begun to appear. Plus, crews have started preparing the It's a Small World holiday overlay in the back of the park. Crews began installing snow on the castle on October 13th, which was the earliest start to this process ever. It now covers most of the turrets and rooftops. There are even snow caps on the walls extending to the sides of the main castle. They are designed to look cartoonish with exaggerated blue highlights, and the dark blue shingles of the castle are peeking through. On the right side, a series of icicles now hang from one snowy roof. These will be illuminated during the holiday season. A few weeks ago, only a few of the central rooftops had snow caps, so they're making good progress. Meanwhile, crews preparing for the It's a Small World holiday overlay have new lights and electric cables on the attraction's facade. If you look closely, you'll see the tiny lights lining the edge of the facade. The ride remains open, but will soon close to receive interior decorations. You can watch our full ride POV of last year's version on YouTube. The holidays at Disneyland Resort will run from November 14th, 2025 through January 7th of 2026. This year's festive offerings, including meet and greets, the Believe in Holiday Magic fireworks, a Christmas fantasy parade, and of course holiday food and beverage and more. We're going to stop here a minute to talk about this great device from our friends over at waitsigns.com. This wait time display can be yours. It's a great Christmas gift. Go over to waitsigns.com to check it out, and you'll see they've now added Piano Rob as a feature in this device, and he will play monthly shows streamed right to your device. So check it out, waitsigns.com. A portion of Mickey's Toontown in Disneyland is surrounded by construction walls, and we're not sure why. Construction walls have surrounded a section of Goofy's How to Play Yard. This is the children's space that features interactive outdoor areas. A majority of the area is still open. However, part of the area by the slides is closed by the walls. There is a sign that says Mickey's Toontown Department of Parks and Rec, letting guests know this area is closed. As I said, we're not sure why the walls have been installed, as there are no projects announced for Toontown. Up on Main Street, USA in Disneyland, the Starbucks has received a slew of new decorations referencing Disney stories and attractions. We're not going to name them all, but at the Market House on Main Street, which is the Starbucks location, this venue has a bookshop theme with shelves of classic novels and historical collections. Several of the new books, framed pictures, and sculptures include two vintage Peter Pan artworks, a draft of Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address, a 1905 atlas for Linn County, Missouri, which is the location of Walt Disney's hometown of Marceline, a copy of The Wind in the Willows, a portrait of Washington Irving, a copy of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne, and then multiple shelves hold copies of the Swiss Family Robinson, including one that is propped open to a description and illustration of the family's treehouse. Lastly, there are two pieces of art from the Louisiana Purchase Exposition, also known as the St. Louis World's Fair of 1904. Walt Disney Studios Park over in Paris is being rebranded. And a Final Take farewell merchandise collection celebrates the end of an era and the magic of cinema. This Final Take collection includes a film clapboard for €20, a t-shirt for €30, a mug for €13, a keychain for €8, and a lanyard for €10. The second gate at the Disneyland Paris Resort is being rebranded as Disney Adventure World next spring when World of Frozen opens. World of Frozen is part of Adventure Bay, which will also include a Tangled Spinner ride and an Up Swing ride. It will also be home to the Regal View Restaurant and Lounge, a quick service restaurant, and Gazebo Garden. A Lion King land will also be added to Disney Adventure World at a later date. Demolition of the entrance sign began recently with the removal of the park's 3D letters. The Disney Destiny cruise ship has begun its 2-week transatlantic voyage to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The newest Disney cruise ship, constructed by Meyer Werft in Papenburg, Germany, had its first float out in August, then departed for sea trials in September, and Disney took ownership of it earlier this month. The ship will spend 2 weeks sailing the 5,000 nautical miles across the Atlantic Ocean to its home port of Port Everglades. During the sailing, cast and crew aboard will prepare the ship for its maiden voyage on November 20th. In other Disney Cruise Line news, the parents of the child who fell off a Disney Cruise Line ship this summer will not face child neglect charges. According to WSVN, the mother of the 5-year-old girl who fell overboard was facing a possible child neglect charge. She was taking photos of her daughter on a railing when the child fell about 49 feet from the 4th deck of the Disney Dream. Her father jumped into the water after her and was able to tread water for the 10 to 20 minutes before crew members rescued them. The incident took place about 11:30 a.m. on June 29, 2025, near Fort Lauderdale. The child fell backwards from a railing in an open porthole on the ship's deck. The mother thought there was a glass barrier in the porthole similar to other areas of the ship where she had taken photos. She immediately called for help, alerting her husband, who had been walking ahead and did not see the accident. He then jumped into the ocean. The Broward State Attorney's Office investigated the incident and stated the parents' accounts matched security footage. Prosecutors declined to file charges against the mother, determining that her actions did not fall under culpable negligence and that the incident was accidental and isolated. The father and child were treated on the ship and then at Broward Health Medical Center. The father suffered hypothermia, 2 spinal fractures, and the child was treated for mild hypothermia and lactic acidosis. You can now use your Disney Band Plus, also known as a Magic Band to those of us not on a ship, to help the grim grinning ghosts of the Haunted Mansion Parlor Bar come out to socialize in this new interactive feature on the Disney Treasure. The gameplay involves using your Disney Band Plus to interact with artwork found throughout the ship, similar to the Muppets Midship Detective Agency game found on the Disney Dream and Disney Fantasy, although that game doesn't require a Disney Band Plus to play. Your ghost host asks you to, quote, search out the hiding spots of these happy haunts and gather them for our swinging wake. That is, if you're not too afraid of a ghastly good time. Madame Leota also plays a part and casts an enchantment on your band so that you may detect and collect our dearly departed. Apparently the ghosts will make their way into your magic band. That's great news. The game is great for teens and tweens or anyone needing to burn off some energy while on the ship. For the absolute latest on these stories and all those that didn't make it into today's show, be sure to check out WWNT.com and follow us on all of your favorite social media platforms. You can support this show and the entire team behind WWNT by joining the WWNT Inner Globe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to all the WIGS members watching who make this show happen each and every week. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Jason Diffendahl saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. And please don't unsubscribe or Tom will be very angry at me. Thank you.